maintain command, and I think this game is really going to come down to who plays the cleaner baseball. So obviously no errors, and then who can keep runners off of the bases through free passes, hit by pitches, and walks.
Yeah, a couple of pitching staffs that haven't been great this year. Thunder 7.5 earned run average on the season. That's skied down the left field line. Charlie Schofield in foul territory will make the catch. I forgot to mention, we get a bit of a new look defensive alignment here in this final CCIW game of the year. That is indeed Charlie out in left field. But the Thunder with a team ERA of 7.5 on the season. Illinois Wesleyan is almost their team ERA is almost 9. So it's really a chance here for the Thunder. If they can get 3 or 4 good innings out of David and try to jump out in front early and take some of the pressure off of Levin Good and maybe give him a big lead. He had a 2-0 lead last Friday, but I would love to see the Thunder come out and put up a big crooked number in the first. There goes the runner. The high throw. That's a good throw, and out is Hudick. That was a perfect throw by Ryan Cartwright as Hudick is out on the caught stealing. 2 outs in the first.
Yeah, and Cartwright is second in the CCIW for runners caught stealing. And so you mentioned that Levin Good might focus a little bit too much on those runners, but he has a good battery mate that he can trust. So but hopefully he can continue to put that trust into Cartwright tonight.
And ball's hit to left, so you play a new position, the ball's going to find you. Back-to-back outs by Charlie Schofield. Leadoff man reaches, doesn't score. Half an inning in the books here at Lee Fun. Titans nothing. Thunder coming up. Bottom of the first inning here at Lee Fun. Leadoff single by the Titans, erased by the cannon of Ryan Cartwright. And now the Thunder will get their first look today, their second look in about 2 weeks, at Brennan Tomhave. Tomhave 3-1 on the year. This is just his third start, 6.28 earned run average for the sophomore out of Pittsfield. 28 2/3 innings, 31 hits allowed, has 31 strikeouts, but 21 walks. So if the Thunder can be patient, this is a team that does draw a lot of walks. So if they can be patient and maybe get out early here against Tomhave, who had just made his second start. That was the start against the Thunder back on the 21st. He went 5 innings in that one. 3 hits, 2 runs, walked 5, struck out 3. It was a wild game. The Thunder were up in that one 6-2 going into the bottom of the 7th inning, but 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th, 3 in the bottom of the 8th for the Titans, and they would go on to win that game. And that's looming really, really large right now. And, you know, you talk about the bullpen. Billy Kessler he's been probably the most consistent arm out of the bullpen, but he struggled in that game. And, normally you go into the bottom of the 7th with Billy Kessler on the mound with a 4-run lead. You're feeling pretty good about things. So I think if you see it again tonight, we'll probably see Billy back out there in the 7th. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Tyler Burr. Tyler lines it to left. Good start for the Thunder. That's a base hit to left for Burr. He's figured it out. He had a stretch middle of the season where he was struggling to pick up base hits, and now has 6 multi-hit games in his last 10. Probably the hottest hitter on the team right now stepping in. This is Mason Dial. Dial's average up to .336. Tied for the team lead in home runs with 5, has 25 knocked in. He'll take ball 1 downstairs. Mason had that big hit in Game 2 on Saturday. It was his 2nd home run of the game. A solo home run earlier, but 3-run homer in the top of the 9th. He'll take that. 1-0 on Mason. Checks his swing. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, this is a pitcher that will walk some. 21 in 28 innings. Bird first. 2 balls, no strikes. That's hit to second. Taylor-made double play ball for 6-3. Will erase Dial. So 2 outs, nobody on now. That'll bring up Jack Gill. Jack 389, 5 home runs, 39 knocked in. All 3 of those team highs. Also leads the team in doubles, triples, hits, runs, slugging, pretty much everything. The sophomore has had just a tremendous season for the Thunder. The sophomore out of New Jersey. Come up. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the 1st. 1-0 to Jack, fouled out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that wind blown out to right. Get something down and in on Jack, see if he can hook it out to right field. The 1-1 from Tom Have is inside for a ball, 2-1. Will Clegg on deck. That's fastball close, a little outside. A little bit low, a little outside. You see Jack asking the home plate umpire, was it low or was it outside? And I think he just got a yes. 3 balls, 1 strike on Gill. Line drive into left center field, down for a base hit. That double play hurts now. Gill will round first. He will end up at second. And the second opposite field base hit off of Brendan Tomhave. And yeah, Stephanie, that double play hurts.
Yeah,
Thunder up 1-0 right now.
For sure, or potentially 2 if Dial got on 2.
So 2 outs, runner at second for Will Clegg. Will at 301. 5 home runs, 33 knocked in for Will, and just 93 at bats. He's been incredibly productive when he's had the opportunity to play. Lines it to right. That's into right field for a base hit. Ford up with it. Being waved around is Gill. The throw to the plate is in time. The perfect relay guns down Jack Gill at the plate. And that's what it took, a perfect relay. We go to the second, no score. It's not very often that you see a team go 3 for 4 against a pitcher, including a double, and not score a run, but that's what happened in the first inning to the Thunder. Single, double play, double, single, runner thrown out at home plate. We go to the second, and it's 0-0. It'll be 4-5-6 against David Levingood, John Philip Ferraro, Jack Novak, Luca Morelli. John Philip Ferraro, the first baseman, 341, 1 home run, 37 knocked in. Swings at the first pitch low. That's strike 1. Ferraro, 3-game hit streak, 5 runs driven in that time. 37 runs knocked in this season, leads the team. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. So the rest of that Titans lineup has Jack Novak in left, Luca Morelli behind home plate. Jack Flagg is the DH batting 7th. Gage Wolf will hit 8th and play second base. That's grounded to first, where Chris Lynam will take it and step on the bag. I'll give you the rest of the Thunder defensive alignment after I finish the Illinois Wesleyan lineup. And then batting 9th is the third baseman, Tommy Willard. So defensively for the Thunder, it's Will Clegg at third, Jack Gillett short, Nathan Hedlund at second. Chris Lynam is at first. Charlie Schofield's in left, Tyler Burr in center, Sean Dimitrovich in right, Ryan Cartwright catching. So no Braden Engel in the lineup here today. No Caleb Shower as well, so a little bit short-handed in the outfield. So get your best offensive lineup out there. Sticking Schofield out in left. He made a nice running play down the left field line, so got off to a good start. This is Jack Novak. He's just had an absolutely ridiculous season, limited by injury. This is just his 19th game. He's batting .500. He's 32 for 64 at the plate, has 4 home runs, 18 runs knocked in, and he has been a beast all season long when he's been able to play for the Titans, as that's that breaking ball from Levingood that just misses, 3-1. Novak was 2 for 4 with a home run in that win over the Thunder last week. Lines this foul down the right field line. Count goes full, 3-2. But if you're the Thunder, you got to feel pretty good about the way that first inning went, right? You get the base runner, but you're able to catch him stealing, and then you pick up 3 solid singles and 4 at-bats against the starting pitcher. Blooped down the right field line. That'll go foul as well. So it's got to feel good that they're seeing the ball well, and you're not going to pick up 3 hits and not score very often. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Levingood trying to put away Novak. Only struck out 9 times this year. Make it 10 as he takes the breaking ball right down the middle. First strikeout for Levingood. 4 in a row retired by David. 2 outs for Luca Morelli.
Luca Morelli.
Morelli, the catcher at 264, has 2 home runs. One of those came against the Thunder. 24 driven in for the catcher. Fastball paints the black, 0-1. David looks pretty comfortable out there right now. The fastball, that slider. See if he can maintain. No balls, 1 strike. Down and away. His last start against the Pioneers, he went scoreless in the first 3, giving up just 1 hit, but then give up a 3-run homer in the 4th, give up a 2-run homer in the 7th. This one's driven well to left. Schofield is back, and Charlie is not able to make the catch up against the wall. Luca Morelli will have a 2-out double. And that's, the other side of having Charlie Schofield out in left field. Obviously you need Charlie's bat in the lineup. Made a nice running play in the first, but didn't look terribly comfortable going back on that baseball, and played it off the wall. Still now a runner at second with 2 outs for Jack Flagg, the designated hitter. David still get out of this. Breaking ball over strike 1.
Yeah, I guess it remains to be seen whether or not a lot of balls get hit to Schofield and how that plays out for him. And obviously you hope that it'll be fine, but
Yeah, you hope you get some routine can of corn type fly balls,
for sure,
right?
For sure.
It's like a hockey goalie. They always talk about how they like it when their first shot is something out by the blue line that's not through traffic and that he has to react to. As here's a ground ball to Gill and the 2-out double doesn't hurt. 11 good Illinois Wesleyan strands a runner at second. An inning and a half complete here in a big one for the Thunder. Back here, bottom of the second inning, and we talked about all of the different scenarios that are shaping up for the Thunder here today. And we'll start with best case scenario. The Thunder could finish as high as third in CCIW play if they win today and then North Park sweeps Illinois Wesleyan in the final series of the season. The Thunder would finish third. They win and they finish fourth if Augustana goes 1-2 in their final 3 games. If they lose today, they're still in if North Central does not sweep Elmhurst. They'll finish either 5th or 6th if North Central doesn't sweep Elmhurst and if Carthage sweeps their remaining games. They've got 2 against Augustana. The only way the Thunder miss the playoffs at this point is if they lose today and then both Carthage and North Central sweep their games as Schofield is out on the 1-3 putout. So even with a loss, it's looking pretty good. But you never want to go into the postseason on a down note, right? You want to get in via the win. You don't want to quote unquote back into the postseason, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me Chris Lynham now, the first baseman at .254, a couple of home runs this season for Chris. The rest of the Thunder batting order after Chris is Shelan Dimitrovich out and right, batting 7th. Nathan Hedlund bats 8th, plays 2nd. Ryan Cartwright is the catcher, batting 9th. This is grounded to 3rd. Tommy Willard with the good throw across. 2 quick outs here in inning number 2. Now Shelan Dimitrovich. 293 for Sean, no home runs, 16 knocked in.
Now to bat, number 28, Shelan Dimitrovich.
5 for his last 8 at the plate, though, so he had a good game against Aurora and then game 2 against Carroll. That game against Aurora we'll not talk much about, as it was a bit of a disaster. But again, as they lost 20-6, but it was a game where Matt Husted went with some of his other guys, right? Some of his other pitchers, and got some of his other guys some at-bats, which is important this time of year, especially when you're dealing with injuries. You want guys who are comfortable at the plate. So you get your starters an at-bat or 2 and then go to some of your other guys. 1-1 to Sean is rolled foul up the first baseline. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So, yeah, lots of scenarios. Thunder could finish anywhere from third to out of the playoffs. That just shows you how closely packed this CCIW conference is. Right now, Milliken has already clinched. They're 15-5. North Park and the Titans are tied for second at 9-7. Augustana's a half game back at 9-8. Then the Thunder are a game back of Augie at 9-10. North Central 8-9, Carthage 8-10, Carroll 8-11. The Thunder have the tiebreaker over Carthage, Carroll, and Augustana. So they've put themselves in pretty good shape the way they started this season. 2-2 now to Dimitrovich. Can't catch up to the fastball. And it is a 1-2-3 second for Tom Have. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the third, scoreless. Top three scoreless in you wouldn't call it a must-win for the Thunder because, again, they are likely to be playing in the postseason unless stuff goes horribly wrong over the next 3 days. But want to walk out of here with a 10-10 conference record, right? Finishing 500 in the conference. This was a team that was slated to finish 7th when the season started. A lot of people didn't know what they were going to get out of this Thunder team with it being as young as they are. But, as a young team does, they had some ups, they had some downs. But, a really positive season and future is pretty bright for the Wheaton Thunder. This is skied to right by Gage Wolf. Dimitrovich is there for out number 1. And, you and I have talked many times this season about just the talent from the freshman and sophomore crew for this Thunder team. Will Clegg at third, Jack Gill at short, Charlie Schofield out in left, Tyler Burr in center, Dimitrovich in right. They're all underclassmen. So this offense is going to be pretty tough over the next couple of years, and you expect that some of these younger pitchers like Billy Kessler and guys like that are going to figure things out a little bit as they go. This is the number 9 hitter, Tommy Willard. He's up in the count 2-0. Willard at 227. He's 10 for 44 this year. Fouled straight back. I flinched. There's a net in front of me. I don't need to flinch. 2 balls, 1 strike. Good start so far by David. Pitch number 34 is a breaking ball that's popped to right. Dimitrovich back now in, and a couple of easy fly balls for Sean Dimitrovich, and there are 2 quick outs in the 3rd inning. That's what you want, right? Quick outs. Get as deep into this game as you can. Neither team, both teams have bullpen guys that they can trust, but neither team wants to go to them early, right? The more you can get out of your starter, the better. Pitch to Hudick is high, ball 1. He had an infield single in the first. He was caught stealing in that inning as well. David's 35 pitches so far. 21 have been in the strike zone. That one's a little bit high, 2-0. And again, you go back to that last start, gave up 7 hits and 7 earned runs, but didn't walk anybody after walking 9 in his previous 3 starts combined. So it was nice to see him, even though he had some balls that were getting hits, he was a lot more around the strike zone, was able to go much deeper into the game. 2 balls, 1 strike on Hudick that's a pretty breaking ball. Nice curve ball by Levingood, dropped in there on 2-1. It's 2-2 now. 1 strikeout for David so far. The 2-2 to Hudick is laced to left and played on a hop by Schofield. And Charlie has a little bit of problems out there with it, but he will hold Hudick at first, who's now 2 for 2.
Number 1, A.J. Weller.
Good at bat by Hudick on 2-2, just taking that ball the other way. Now A.J. Weller popped out down the left field line in the first inning. And baseball, you really can't plan on where you're going to hit the ball, right? The goal is just to try to make as solid a contact as you can, right? But that's now 4 baseballs in 10 batters that have been hit to our left fielder, who's normally our first baseman. And the ball finds you. The ball definitely finds you out there. And then you had Chris, who had to make a play over there first. So 5 of the 10 batters have hit the ball to a defensive player who's playing maybe out of position. That's a fly ball to center. Tyler Burr is not out of position. He'll wait. He'll make the catch. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. 3 scoreless from Levingood so far. Bottom of the 3rd inning, still no score. 3 scoreless for David Levingood on 39 pitches. Brendan Tomhave, a much better second than that first. Gave up 3 loud hits in that first, but came back and retired the side in order in the second on a couple of ground balls and a strikeout. Now he'll face Headland, Cartwright, and Burr. 8-9-1 for the Thunder here in the 3rd. Headland will take strike 1. Nathan's average at .233, but an OPS of about .830. He's got 7 doubles, 3 home runs, couple of triples. So he's shown some extra base power as he'll foul that straight back. Has just 2 hits in his last 18 at bats, but both of those have left the ballpark.
Way ahead, 1-8.
No balls, 2 strikes on Headland. Lined down the right field line. Headland homered against Illinois Wesleyan in that game back on the 21st. 0-2 on Nathan. Tomhave looking for strikeout number 2. And he'll miss a little outside. You can see he throws hard. You can see why he's piled up those strikeout numbers. 31 in 28 innings. The 1-2. Headland holds up. Good take there by Nathan as that dove down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's the final CCIW game of the season, the final regular season game, as Headland fouls it off. Stays 2-2. Tom Have now to Hedlund. Misses low, 3-2. So good at bat here by Hedlund. Fell behind 0-2. He's come back and worked it full. Neither pitcher has been forced to throw a lot of pitches yet, so good at bat by Hedlund, and that's inside ball 4. Really good at bat by Nathan Hedlund to start the third inning. A leadoff walk. And that'll bring up Ryan Cartwright. Do you bunt here?
Number 9, Ryan.
Ooh, that's a good question.
And I think, runs are at a premium right now, right? The Thunder sort of want to treat this like a playoff game. I mean, I might be asking Ryan to bunt here personally. We'll see what the man in charge has to say. Ryan does lead the team in sacrifice hits this season. Yep. Ball went outside. Great minds think alike. Matt Husted, Aaron Shelan.
You could be a coach.
I much prefer this job. Much prefer this job. Thank you. 1 ball, no strikes. I wouldn't want the pressure of being a coach. No, thank you. You get no credit when things go well, and you get all the blame when things go badly.
That's true.
No way. No matter what happens on the field, when I'm done here, I can just get into my car and go home. I don't have to worry about anything. 2 balls, no strikes on Cartwright. Tom Have. Cartwright squares to bunt again, and this time there's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Give him one more opportunity here on 2-1. Tommy Willard even with the grass down at third. 2-1 on Cartwright. Misses outside, 3-1. I think if you're Cartwright, you want to get a bunt down, but Tom Have is missed with a bunch of pitches here. It's going to be hard to really offer it something unless it's right down the middle. The 3-1. That's in there, called strike 2, and you see that's what I'm talking about. Like Ryan probably could have left that bat out there and gotten the bunt down, but a little bit inside, so was hoping maybe he would get the call. We'll see if he's asked to bunt here with 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hedlund at first. Tom Have kicks and deals, and it's low ball 4. So now I'm going to put it in your corner. Now you've got first and second, nobody out, and Tyler Burr at the plate. Are you bunting here, or are you playing for the big inning?
I think you're playing for the beginning.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I think when 8 and 9 gets on for you, you got to play for the big inning. I don't think you give up an out here, especially with the pitcher having just walked back-to-back hitters to start the inning.
Yeah,
I agree.
Agreed.
We're on the same page.
Let's go.
We'll see if Matt thinks the same. Tyler had a base hit to left his last time up. Has that average back north of 380. He was 2 for 4 against Illinois Wesleyan on the 21st. 6 multi-hits in his last 10. 6 multi-hit games in his last 10. But what's odd is that the 4 games that he doesn't have a multi-hit game in those last 10 games, he's hitless. So he has 6 games where he has multi-hit games, and then his other 4 games, he's 0 for 12. Baseball's a weird sport.
Yeah, for sure.
Now Burr with Hedlund at second, Cartwright at first, nobody out, bottom 3. Oh, they're asking him to bunt. We were wrong. And Cartwright getting back in. Again, that's why we're here and he's there.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think with Burr, it's you feel confident with him even with a 2-strike count. So even if he is unable to get a bunt down, he's only struck out 7 times this season in 127 at bats. You feel very confident that he's going to get the job done one way or another. The 0-1. Burr squares to bunt again. Offers at that time, and it's 0-2. That was a pitch high and outside. It was a ball that he offered at, so now we look at an 0-2. Thunder had 3 hits and 4 at-bats against Tom Have in the first, including a double, and didn't score. Got a chance here. 8-9 hitters reach. 2 on, nobody out, no 2 count to Burr. Tyler into left field for a base hit. Holding at third is Hedlund, and I told you. So good with the bats that even with 2 strikes, you feel confident. That is the 7th multi-hit game for Tyler Burr in his last 11. And Thunder need a crooked number here, Stephanie. You can't get out of this giving up just the 1. You need 3-4 runs this inning here. Bases loaded with Dial, Gill, and Clegg coming up. Got to put up a big number against Tom Have. Dial grounded into a 4-6-3 double play his last time up. Thunder with 4 hits, and they've all been the opposite way. Ball 1 low. Burr at a base hit to left. Gill at a base hit to left. Clegg at a base hit to right. So good approach by the Thunder here, taking the ball the other way. Dial 7 doubles, 5 home runs this season. The 1-0 is skied down the right field line. Ford over by the line, makes the catch. Hedlund tags, the throw to the plate is cut off. And the Thunder jump out in front here in the 3rd. A sac fly to right by Mason Dial, and it's 1-0. Productive out from Mason. You'll take that. Now with Gill and Clegg coming up, you still feel pretty confident that you're able to put up another one at least. Gill doubled the left center his last time up. For Mason, that was his 26th run knocked in of the season. Gill with his 15th double of the season in the 1st. Ground ball back up the middle. Double play ball. 6-4, 3 double play. So the Thunder load the bases with nobody out. They do get 1, but just 1. We go to the 4th. Wheaton up 1-0. David Levingood's given up a hit in each of the first 3 innings, but he hasn't walked anybody. He has a strikeout. It's been a good 3 innings for David, and his offense got on the board in the bottom of the 3rd. He would have liked more, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers, as they say. 1 is certainly better than none. And the Thunder are up 1-0 here in the 4th. Levingood will face 3-4-5 for Illinois Wesleyan. This is Ben Ford will take strike 1. He flew out to left in the 1st. The 5 fly ball outs for David Levingood so far. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Bottom fell out of that one quickly. 0-2. This is 2 starts in a row that David has had much better control over his breaking stuff. Question is, can he maintain it for 6 or 7 innings like he did during that last stretch? It was the 4th inning in his last game where he started to struggle, but hey, that's a good start right there as he gets Ford. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Ford is out on 3 pitches, 1 away in the 4th. It was the 4th inning against Carthage that he struggled. He gave up a single, hit a batter, gave up a 3-run homer in that one, but a good start here in this one. John Philip Ferraro is 0 for 1. Grounded out to Chris Lynham, first base unassisted to lead off the 2nd. Fastball in there, called strike 1. David continues to pump the strike zone. 43 pitches, 28 of them have been inside the strike zone. That one dives down and away. 1-1. This is the final CCIW game of the season, the Thunder's final regular season series is against the University of Chicago. We welcome in the Maroons Friday night and then a doubleheader on Saturday to finish off the regular season. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's grounded to the right side again. Nice high hop to Lynham. That's another 3 unassisted put on. That'll be a good test for the Thunder as University of Chicago are the UAA conference champions this season. They recently had a 9 or 10 game winning streak, so they've been playing some good baseball. So it'll be a good test for the Thunder. 2 outs now for Jack Novak. He struck out looking back in the second. Squares to bunt, pulls it back. The breaking ball catches the outside corner, 0-1. This feels like David when he was on that hot stretch, right? He was just getting ahead of everybody. That breaking ball was catching the outside corner against righties. It's grounded to short, Gill. And it's another quick inning for David Levingood. Sets the side down in order on just 9 pitches. Bottom 4, Thunder with a 1-0 lead. Will Clegg, Charlie Schofield, Chris Lynham against Brennan Tomhave. That's 4-5-6. Tomhave ran into his first real trouble last inning. That first inning, he was aided by a double play ball and a runner gunned out at the plate. Last inning, walked the 8-9 hitters. Loaded the bases with nobody out, only gave up 1 run. 2 double play ground balls by the Thunder so far through 3 innings have aided Tomhave. Clegg singled to right in the first, and Jack Gill was gunned out at the plate. Behind that one, 1-1 on Clegg. Will's average north of 300, slugging percentage right around 550 for Will. Dives inside 2-1. Tomhave walked Headland and Cartwright to start the 3rd inning. Settled down, though. Clegg pulls this to 3rd. Willard retires his opposite number for out number 1. So it's 4 straight outs recorded by Tomhave since he went walk, single last inning. And now Charlie Schofield. 348 for Charlie coming into play today. No home runs, 34 knocked in. But a really nice freshman season for Schofield. 12 doubles as he fouls that off his back foot. 12 doubles, more walks than strikeouts this year. And you got to think that eventually the power is going to start to come. He's a big kid. 6'1", 220 pounds. You got to think eventually that some of those 2-baggers are going to turn into home runs for him. He's in an 0-2 hole here, though. That's down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Misses outside, 2-2. Tom Have threw 3, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. He had thrown 45 pitches. 2-2 to Schofield is lined into right center field, down for a base hit. The first hit that's been pulled by a Thunder hitter today. It's a 1-out single for Schofield. That'll bring up Chris Lynham. Chris grounded out to third his first time up.
Number 47, Chris Lynham.
His average at .254. He has hits in 3 of his last 4 games, though. He hit a 3-run homer against Carroll in game 1 of the doubleheader on Saturday. Hits this to third again. Willard will go to second and on to first. And for the 3rd time today, the Thunder ground into a double play. We're through 4, still 1-0. Which pitcher is going to blink first? It's kind of what we're looking at right now. Thunder with a 1-0 lead through 4 innings. David Levengood has retired 6 in a row. He's given up 3 hits, has 2 strikeouts, no walks, only 48 pitches through 4. But just a 1-0 lead as Tom Have has held the Thunder at relative bay. It'll be 6, 7, 8. Leading off the 5th is Luca Morelli. He doubled to the left in the 2nd over the head of Charlie Schofield out there. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball a little bit high, a little outside, 2-0. It'll be Morelli, Flag, and Gage Wolf. 6, 7, 8 if anybody reaches Tommy Willard. 2-0. Dives inside 3-0, first time all day. David has gone to a 3-0 count. He's only the second 3-ball count of the game. He was able to strike out Jack Novak in the 2nd on a 3-2 pitch. Inside ball 4, and walks the leadoff man. First walk issued by Levengood today goes to the number 6 hitter. And now Jack Flag. See if the Thunder can return the favor and turn over a 6-4-3 double play. Jack Flag grounded out to Jack Gill to end the 2nd. First walk issued by Levengood. Just 48 pitches through David through 4. First pitch to Flag is up and in. That's 5 in a row out of the strike zone by Levengood to start off the 5th. Really quick first 4. First 4 innings took about 45 minutes. Line to center. Tyler Burr will make the head-high catch for out number 1. That ball was stung by Flag, but right at Burr for the first out. Now Gage Wolf. Wolf popped out to Sean Dimitrovich out in right field. His first time up. Wolf 279, couple of home runs. 2 for his last 18 with his 0 for 1 today as Levingood misses high, ball 1. Breaking ball stays upstairs. Morelli over at first has not attempted a stolen base this season. Illinois Wesleyan 34 steals in 38 attempts, and 26 of them have come from 3 players. That's a strike. A.J. Weller with 10, Matt Hudick with 9, and Jack Novak with 7. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Wolf is blooped to short, and Jack Gill will make the backhand catch on the pop-out. It's a nice recovery here so far by David, walking that leadoff man on 4 pitches. His first 5 pitches were out of the strike zone, but really just 1 pitch away from another relatively quick inning. He's only thrown 10 pitches. Willard flew out to right as well his first time, and he'll take the breaking ball over strike 1. So David settling down now after that walk.
Yeah, some of his breaking pitches in the first 2 batters weren't quite making the spots, or hitting the spots, I should say.
Yeah, staying up. And that's what you want his breaking ball to do. If he's going to miss down and away like that, because you're not going to hit a baseball that dives down and away like that, but if you leave it up or you leave it in, that ball can get hit a long way. It's line down the right field line, 1-2. Couple of strikeouts for David. Walk to strikeout ratio for David this year, a little bit more than 2-1, 41 strikeouts, 19 walks coming into play this season. Now the 1-2. That's a little upstairs, 2-2. Matt Hudick on deck, so you want to get Willard right here, right? You don't want to be dealing with the top of the order and someone already has 2 hits against you with multiple runners on. You'd much rather face him leading off the next inning. 2-2 from Levingood. Inside, ball 3. So now Morelli will get a head start on this 3-2 pitch. First time all day, David has not been rock solid. He's missed a little bit here in this 5th. Runner goes, it's ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Levingood, and the tying run is at second base with 2 outs for Matt Hudick. Hudick today an infield single and a base hit to left.
And for Illinois Wesleyan, number 19, Matt.
And he's also been the biggest RBI guy over the last 10 games for Illinois Wesleyan. Has RBI in his last 10 games. Has 18 knocked in that time. David will start him off with strike 1. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts through 4 2/3 for Levingood. He's at 65 pitches right now. Pitch 66 is a breaking ball over, called strike 2. Quickly 0-2. First inning that David has thrown more than 16 pitches in an inning. This will be pitch number 20 of the inning. Blocked by Cartwright, 1-2. Thunder up 1-0. The only run scored on a Mason Dial sac fly back in the 3rd. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Hudick. Grounded to 3rd. Clegg makes the nice play. The hard throw over at first. Lynham is able to make the play. Nice play by Will at 3rd to retire Matt Hudick. Illinois Wesleyan strands a pair halfway home here in Carroll Stream. Bottom fifth. 5 scoreless innings for David Levengood. He's given the Thunder exactly what they needed, but the offense has to pick up their starters. They've only scored 1 run off Brennan Tomhaven. They've had their opportunities. They had 3 hits in the first, couldn't score. Grounded into a double play. Jack Gill was thrown out at the plate. Had the bases loaded and nobody out in the third. Only managed 1 run, and then last inning had a 1-out base runner erased on a 5-4-3 double play. 3 double play balls by the Thunder through 4 innings, and they'll face 7, 8, 9 here against Tomhaven in the 5th. Dimitrovich, Headland, Cartwright. Sean 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Now he's quickly down 0-2. 1 strikeout, 2 walks for Tomhaven through 4. Who's thrown 55 pitches, 30 of them were strikes. The 0-2 on Sean. Down for a ball, 1-2. Seven, 8, 9 for the Thunder in the 5th. If anybody reaches Tyler Burr would get a chance to hit. The 1-2 to Sean. Swings and misses. Dimitrovich down on strikes for a second time. Second strikeout for Tomhaven. 1 out in the 5th.
Stepping up to the plate, number 10, Nathan Headland.
Now Nathan Headland, great at bat by Nathan. Maybe the best at bat of the game so far. Fell behind 0-2. Was able to work a walk. Came in to score the only run of the game. Chops the first pitch past Matt Husted down at third base. 0-1. See, Matt's dressed like it's winter. He's got his big winter coat on. How some of these guys go out there in like short sleeves in this weather just baffles me. No one. I'm looking at Illinois Wesleyan. They're all wearing long sleeve shirts. We got to keep an eye on the Thunder when they come back out. The 0-1 down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. We've had some nice weather, just not on days we've played baseball.
Yeah, it was quite warm on Monday night. There was a pretty big storm that came through. So it was kind of a nice humid night in a way. And I was hoping that would be the same tonight. But
my garbage can ended up 500 feet down Roosevelt Road that night.
Wow.
Yeah, blew over and blew into the street. And thankfully, I've got a wonderful neighbor, and he ran across Roosevelt and got it for me and tucked it behind my car so it wouldn't blow anywhere. Did you lose power on Monday?
Yes, we did for like 2 seconds in class, actually.
Yeah.
So it was during the day, not at night.
Okay. Yeah, that was the same thing. We lost power for about 5 or 10 seconds at home, and then it came back on. And it's always so jolting, isn't it, when you're sitting there and then all of a sudden everything shuts off and it gets super quiet, and you realize how much like man-made noise there is when the power goes out. Did Headland hold up? He did not. He'll go down on strikes, back-to-back Ks for Tomhaven in the 3rd. Now Ryan Cartwright.
Now batting, number 9, Ryan Cartwright.
Ryan tried to give himself up his last time, tried to drop down a bunt, but ended up taking a walk instead. Tomhaven, though, is really settled in since that single to Tyler Burr. 8 of 9 retired by Tomhaven. It's 0-1 on Cartwright. Ryan came in at around 230. Has a home run, 8 driven in. Terrific behind home plate. We saw him throw out Matt Hudick earlier in the game. The 1-1. Tries to hold up. He can't. That pitch had a ton of movement on it. And now Tomhaven 1 pitch away from striking out the side. The 1-2. Inside, yep. On the inside corner, called strike 3. So Tomhaven does indeed strike out the side here in the 5th.
I'm gonna. We're trying to hold off until the last ball.
We go to the 6th inning, 1-0. And a pitcher's duel going on here in Carroll Stream. David Levengood will face 2-3-4 for Illinois Wesleyan here in the 6th. First pitch swinging is lined in to right field for a base hit, A.J. Weller. And that was really the first breaking ball that David Levengood threw that sort of hung, left that one up a little bit, and Weller didn't miss it. Now Ben Ford, he's 0 for 2.
Now batting number 3, Ben Ford.
4th hit of the game for the Titans. Ford fly out, and last time up he struck out on 3 pitches. Weller, the team leader in stolen bases. He's 9 for 10 this year, so expect to see him going here at some point during this at-bat. First pitch, fouled out of play, 0-1. Ford riding a 5-game hit streak right now. Last inning was the first time David was really in any sort of trouble, walked a couple. Was able to get around it. Leadoff hit here by Weller, and it's just the second time today that Illinois Wesleyan has put their leadoff man on. They also did it in the top of the first. Matt Hudick was thrown out trying to steal second. Ground ball slowly to the right side. Headland scoops, throws, and looked out over there at first. Called safe. Infield single by Ben Ford in the first to reach against David Levengood in the 6th. Good speed by Ford to get down that first base line. Now 2 on, nobody out for John Philip Ferraro, who's grounded out to Chris Lynham twice today.
Now batting for the Titans, number 32, John Philip Ferraro.
2 on, nobody out, 6th inning. Thunder with a 1-0 lead. In there, called strike 1. Thunder 6-5 at home, 5-11 on the road. Illinois Wesleyan 9-3 at home and just 6-15 away from home. A little bit high, 1-1. Levengood could use a strikeout, a pop-up, ground ball right at an infielder right here. Got Will Clegg in even with the grass down at third against the cleanup hitter. That slap to left. Over for it is Schofield. It's up over the wall. And Illinois Wesleyan has tied the game here in the 6th on an RBI double by John Philip Ferraro. And they're threatening for more as they have 2 in scoring position with nobody out. So 2nd and 3rd, nobody out for Jack Novak. And Novak's a .500 hitter, and the Thunder be very careful with him here. They could be down 3-1. So, Illinois Wesleyan now out-hitting the Thunder. We talked before the game. We thought there would be a lot of offense in this game with the team ERAs given what they are, but nope, 1-1 in the 6th. For Philip Ferraro, John Philip Ferraro, that's his 38th run knocked into the season. The team leader in that category, his 15th double, the team leader in that category. And now it'll be Novak with 2 in scoring position and nobody out.
Well, in Wheaton and Illinois Wesleyan's last matchup, they scored 13 runs in the last 3 innings. So we are in the last 3-ish innings. Well, I guess
it's all about the bullpens,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
If you can get into the bullpens, you got a much better shot. But you want to get to the bullpen with a lead, and right now it looks like the Thunder are going to have a difficult time doing that unless Levengood can pull a rabbit out of his hat here. 0-1 on Novak, who has a strikeout and a ground out. Ford at third, John Philip Ferraro at second. Good block there by Cartwright. It's 1-1 in the 6th. Again, if the Thunder win, they've guaranteed themselves a spot in the CCIW tournament. If they lose, they need a little bit of help. Grounded past Clegg into left field for a base hit. Ford will score Overrunning it is Schofield, and moving to second on the error is Jack Novak. So that is now 4 consecutive hits for Illinois Wesleyan, and they take the lead here in the 6th. And once again, runners on second and third, nobody out. Now Luca Morelli. This feels similar to David's last start, where he pitched well until his last inning, and then it went a little sideways on him. Here he's given up a couple of runs. He still has 2 in scoring position with nobody out, and again, the infield in. Misses ball 1. Morelli's reached twice with a double and a walk. Single, single, double, single here in the 6th. Fastball low and away, 2-0.
Do you think it's a third time through the lineup thing?
It could. I mean, it could be. You know, I mean, he had a couple of starts with that third time through the lineup, didn't matter. But his last few starts, yeah, that third time through the lineup is where he has started to really run into some trouble. Off the end of the bat. And tagging Morelli, so that's 3 unassisted. Nobody advances. Yeah, he gave up 2 earned runs in his last appearance. That was the 4th time through the lineup. Prior to that, as my pages blow all over the place, he gave up 3 runs that third time through the lineup. His start before that, he gave up. Well, start before that. Most of the damage was spread out. But, yeah, I mean, you get to that third time through the lineup, the batters have now seen everything that you have. And it's up to David to adjust. It's Jack Flagg, who's 0 for 2. David can somehow figure out how to get out of this, giving up just the 2. That would be pretty impressive. He's got a long way to go, though. 1 out. Flagg with a 5-game hit streak. He has 2 home runs and 9 driven in that time, and that ball slips out of David's hands, 2-0. 4 hits in the inning against Levengood. He'd only given up 3 in his first 5. So Illinois Wesleyan finally breaking through against Levengood in the 6th. 2 balls, no strikes. There's a good pitch from David, 2-1. Couple of strikeouts for Levengood. One of those right here wouldn't be bad. Lights are on here at Lee Fund. There's another good pitch. That one's even better. That one catches the bottom of the plate. That is an unhittable pitch on 2-1. Counts even at 2. Throws another one of those right there, and he'll pick up his 3rd strikeout. Let's see what Cartwright calls for. The 2-2 from Levengood. That's going to be it. Yep, right there, called strike 3. 3 nasty pitches in a row from David Levengood, 3rd strikeout. And he is 1 batter from getting out of this, giving up just the 2.
Up to bat, number 7,
Gage Wolf is 0 for 2. Fly out to right, pop out to short. This will probably be it for David. He's at 85 pitches through 6. Wolf does Levengood a favor, swings at ball 1 that was in the dirt, 0-1.
Yeah, and if Levengood is able to get out of this inning, I think that unassisted first base tag or first baseman tag to Morelli was huge, because that was not a productive out at all. Yep,
that first out was huge. If he can get through this, giving up just the 2 runs, I think you pat him on the back and say, you know, you did enough. Let's let our offense go out there and try to get you back into this. The 1-1. Lined into right field, and Gage Wolf will pick up a 2-out RBI single here, and it's 4-1. Illinois Wesleyan in the 6th. So the Titans get the big hit. The Thunder have not been able to pick up that big hit so far today, and now the Thunder trail by 3 in the 6th.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier, Aaron, about how Wheaton has grounded into 3 double plays and not been able to quite elevate that ball as much as they want to. And I think Illinois Wesleyan is just doing a good job of hitting pretty solid contact above the ground and just.
Yep,
Yeah.
they've had the big hits. The Thunder haven't, and that's going to do it for David Levengood. 5 2/3 for David. He was rock solid through the first 5. Illinois Wesleyan got to him, though, in the 6th. The new pitcher for the Thunder with 2 outs here in the 6th is the freshman out of Corcoran, Minnesota. It's Jonah Moulton, and Jonah's been really good lately. Over his last 6 appearances, he's only given up earned runs in 1 of those 6, covering 6 innings. And for Jonah, it's been the control. He's only walked 3 in those last 6 innings, so getting important innings here in this one, Stephanie, is probably this inning, maybe next for Jonah as well. 16 2/3 innings, 15 strikeouts from Moulton, and he's been really good lately. So David Levengood's line, 5 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs so far. He's responsible for Wolf at first, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Through 88 pitches, 52 of them were strikes, as that's driven out to center field, but Tyler Burr will come in and make the catch, and that'll do it for the Titans. But they break through, score 4. We go to bottom of the 6th. Titans up 4-1. Brennan Tomhave now pitching with the lead as his team got him 4 runs in the top of the 6th. And we talked about the third time through the lineup, Stephanie. This will be the Thunder's third look at Tomhave. It'll be Bird, Dial, and Gill. So still plenty of baseball to play, just down 3 here in the 6th. Tyler 2 for 2 today, 2 singles to left. Would love to see him get us off to a hot start here in this one. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Illinois Wesleyan, a run on 5 and an error for the Thunder. And yeah, it was that big hit. I mean, you get out of that down 2-1, and you feel a certain way. But that hit to Gage Wolf just gave all the momentum to the team to our right in Illinois Wesleyan, as they're now up by 3. 2-0 on Burr. The freshman out of Arizona will look at a 2-0 pitch. Swings and misses. Some late break from Tom Have. Tom Have struck out the side his last inning. He's retired 9 in a row. A couple of double plays in there as he's really settled in. Lined, and the diving catch made by Weller at short. So hit hard by Burr, but good defense by Weller at short. 1 away.
Hitting for Wheaton, number 21, Mason Dial.
And you see, just Illinois Wesleyan picks up the big hit last inning. The Thunder unable to make the play. There was an error out in left field. Illinois Wesleyan getting it done defensively today with that diving play. 3 double plays turned so far today. So Illinois Wesleyan doing little things, and that's why they have a 3-run lead here in the 6th. Mason Dial 0 for 1. Saying that pitch hit him. Home plate umpire disagrees. Mason 0 for 1, grounded into a double play, drove in the only Thunder run with a sac fly in the 3rd. Hits that pretty well down the right field line, but it will slice foul. 1-2 on Dial. Really, you go back, you look at the 1st, you look at the 3rd, right? Thunder had opportunities to put up big, crooked numbers in both of those innings and came away with just 1 run total. The 1-2 now on Dial. It's going to be a fastball right in there called strike 3. And Tom Have is feeling it. And has 4 strikeouts in the last 5 batters. He's got 5 Ks, and there's 2 outs in the 6th.
Jack Gill.
Now Jack Gill. Jack 1 for 2 with a double. He grounded into a double play to end the 3rd. He came up 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Thunder already had a run in, and Taylor made 6-4-3. Ball 1 low. Clegg will hit next if Jack is able to reach. 18 multi-hit games this season for Jack Gill. Slow roller to first. And that's another 1-2-3 inning for Brennan Tom Have. We go to the 7th. Thunder down 3. Matt Hudick leading things off for Illinois Wesleyan in the 7th. Jonah Moulton continues on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thunder down 4. Hudick today 2 for 3. He was the only Illinois Wesleyan hitter to not bat last inning against David Levingood and Jonah Moulton. Two balls, 1 strike. I'll go to the backstop, 3-1. Moulton this season, 15 strikeouts, 15 walks in 16 2/3 innings. He's 1-1. And he's fallen behind Hudick, 3-1. That's a good pitch, 3-2. Thunder down 3 here in the 7th. High set from Jonah. He kicks and deals. Slow chopper, Moulton flips it to Lynham. And Hudick is out on the 1-3 put out. Nice battle back there by Moulton, falling behind 3-1, able to get the tough Hudick. Now it's A.J. Weller. Got to drink some of that warm coffee, or room temperature coffee now. It's not really warm anymore. Weller swings through the high fastball, nothing in 1. Weller's 1 for 3 today. He started off the 6th with a base hit to right. David Levingood was so good through 5. Just 3 hits. Weller hit the first pitch of the inning. It was a hanging curveball out to right. Then Ben Ford, a close play at first base. You know, baseball's a game of inches, they say. And, you know, if Ford is ruled out at first, maybe that inning goes very differently. Instead, 4 straight hits. And then David was able to get Luca Morelli and Jack Flagg. And if he had put away Gage Wolf, we'd be looking at a 2-1 game. But Wolf with that big hit, 2-run base hit to right, making it 4-1. And that's where we are now in the 7th. It's lined down the left field line. That'll go foul. It's still 1-2. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Titans. 1-5-1 for the Thunder. But I think more concerning than anything is that they had 3 of those hits in the first 4 batters of the game. They only have 2 hits since the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moulton now with the 2-2. Misses down. And when you still feel pretty good about this if you're the Thunder, if you can just figure out how to get into this Titans bullpen, right? If you can get Tom Have out of the game somehow and get into a bullpen that has struggled this season. 3-2 is popped foul. Clegg will give it a look, and that'll continue on foul. This is an Illinois Wesleyan team that has a couple of good arms in their bullpen. We'll probably see Braden Elliott before this one is over. 12 strikeouts, 5 saves, and 9 1/3. But some pretty lofty ERAs from some of these pitchers as that's fouled off again. So just hoping to get into the bullpen, and really anybody other than Tom Have at this point, right? I mean, given how he's looked so far since that first inning. Payoff pitch here to Weller. Good battle between Moulton and Weller. Jonah with the payoff. Ooh, just misses. I thought the home plate umpire was going to ring him up, but a little bit low. 1 out base runner, and now Ben Ford.
Stepping up to the plate, number 3, Ben Ford.
Ford is 1 for 3. Flew out in the first, struck out on 3 pitches in the 4th, and then had that infield dribbler that he was able to beat out last inning. Fastball high, ball 1. Looking ahead to the Thunder 7th, Clegg Schofield Lynham, 4-5-6. Runner goes. Cartwright's throw is towards the second base side of second base. It goes into center field, and now sliding into third is A.J. Weller on the E2. So a stolen base and an E2 sends the runner to third with one out. Second error of the game on the Thunder. As that ball skipped past Nathan Headland into center. And it's 2-0 on Ford. So just looking again at some of the scenarios. If the Thunder are able to come back and win this one, they will have guaranteed themselves a spot in the CCIW tournament. Have an opportunity to finish as high as third if some other things happen. If they come back and win this and the North Park sweeps Illinois Wesleyan, the Thunder will finish in third place. If the Thunder lose here today, they're in if North Central doesn't sweep Elmhurst. If North Central and the Thunder end up with the same record, the Thunder have the tiebreaker. They also have the tiebreaker over Carroll, as they took 2 out of 3 against them. They have the tiebreaker over Carthage. They took 2 out of 3 against them. So it's still looking good for postseason play. Line down the right field line. Foul ball. Not by much. 2-1. So, yeah, still looking good for the Thunder to play in the postseason tournament. But if they don't win today, they will need a little bit of help. We're going to be Elmhurst fans this weekend, as we need the Jays to take at least one from North Central, or Augie to take a game from Carthage. So we'll be Augie and Elmhurst fans this weekend if the Thunder can't come back and win this. Runner at third, 1 out, infield in. Thunder down 4. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Ford. Moulton fires. Look out. Screaming line drive over the top of the dugout, and it's 2-2. And then we finish up my first full season with the Wheaton Thunder this upcoming weekend. 3 games against the University of Chicago. I've had a blast. It's been cold, but I've had a lot of fun working with you guys. I've had, I think, 3 different partners this year, and you guys have all been great.
Appreciate it.
This is my last time working with you tonight.
I know, yeah.
I'm disappointed. I've enjoyed working with you. From the beginning, when you busted out your Wee Willie Keeler reference, I loved that. That was terrific. So when the game was over, I went home that night, and I texted my broadcast partner with the Dogs, Joe Williamson, and I said, "Do you know who Wee Willie Keeler is?" And he said, "No." I said, "Well, you got to do your homework, man." I said, "I just did a game with Stephanie over at Wheaton, and not only did she know who he was, like she was quizzing me on it." Ground ball to second, Headland. Bobble still has time to retire Ford at first base. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It's you guys have all done a great job. I've enjoyed working with you. You know, I've talked to other athletic directors as I do other. You know, I work for other colleges as a freelancer. That's my life, right? You know, I bounce all over the place. Looks like this is going to be it for Moulton, but one of the things I've run into at other schools is they want to give students opportunities, but they're not students who are genuinely interested in doing it. It's like they do it because it's something to do, but not because they genuinely are interested in being on air or whatever. But the 3 of you that I've worked with this year have all been fantastic, really, and I've really enjoyed the time I've spent working with y'all, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, appreciate it, Aaron. You're obviously you are a professional, so it's been really fun to work with someone. Yeah, you just do this every day and just learn a lot, even just from talking before the game or during the game, picking up the lingo, all that. I try to be
a professional. I try to be professional at all times. Doesn't always work, but I've always, I have a lot of friends obviously in this industry. As Billy Kessler is going to be into the game, we're just going to talk right through his warm-ups here, but I have a lot of friends in this industry obviously who do this, and a lot of them have that what you would call a broadcaster voice. The tone of the voice changes when the mic turns on. And that's just not something I've ever done. The way I call a game is how I talk to people. It's just, to me, I don't know any other way to do it. So sometimes it can come off as, I don't know if goofy is the right word, but
sure.
not professional, because I'm just sitting here talking about baseball and we're just hanging out and we're having a good time, and baseball is supposed to be fun. This isn't supposed to be serious. We're supposed to have a good time watching it. We're supposed to have a good time while we're calling it. So, just have fun. Just have fun doing it, So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've heard nothing but good things. I don't know if Brett is keeping the negative from me, but he's told me nothing but good things so far, and I appreciate it. I've had a lot of people come up to me before the game and during the game and thank me, and that's kind of why I do it.
For sure,
absolutely.
for sure.
It's kind of why I do it. So people can, families can watch their sons, out here and so anyway, it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed my time here with Wheaton this year and hope to continue it into the future. But we've got more baseball left to play here today, and this will be Billy Kessler on the mound for the Thunder. 18th appearance for Billy this season. He's 4-1, ERA of about 4.5, 19 2/3 innings for Billy, 20 strikeouts. 10 walks for Kessler on the year, the sophomore from San Clemente, and he had been so good for about a 5-week period. Last couple outings have been a little bit tough for Billy. He's given up 5 earned runs in his last 2 appearances. Hadn't given up 5 runs really in about 6 weeks, and he will retire. Philip Ferraro on 1 pitch. So a scoreless inning for Jonah Moulton and Billy Kessler. Time to stretch here in Carroll Stream. Bottom of the 7th inning, Thunder down by 3. Brennan Tomhave still out there, 79 pitches for Brennan through 6. He's only thrown 24 pitches in the last 2 innings combined. Only needed 10 to get through the 6th inning, and he's only given up 2 singles since the 1st inning. Tyler Burr, a single in the 3rd, and then Charlie Schofield in the 4th. Those are the only 2 hits he's allowed since the 1st inning as he continues on, and he'll deal with the middle 3rd of the Thunder order. This is Will Clegg, and Will's up 3-0. It'll be Clegg, Schofield, Lynham if anybody reaches Dimitrovich. Need some base runners. Still just a 3-run game. Will 1 for 2, and there is that. Oh, okay. All right. Looked a little below the knees from here, and I am right behind home plate, but called a strike. And Clegg leaves nothing to the imagination there as he lines a base hit back into center. Good start for the Thunder here in the 7th. Now Charlie Schofield. Charlie's 1 for 2. He has a single as well.
Number 27, Charlie Schofield.
And the game feels a little bit more out of reach than it actually is. It's just a 3-run game. But when you only had 2 hits since the first inning, it feels more than that. Schofield will take strike 1. The Thunder have shown time and time again, though, that they have one of the better offenses in the CCIW, and 3 runs is not much to overcome for this offense, but now would be a good time to do it as you get that leadoff man on. This is outside. Stay away from the double play ball as well. 3 double plays in the game, 2 of them incredibly costly. In the first, after Bird led off the first with a single, and then Jack Gill first and second, 1 out in the 3rd. 1-1 on Schofield. Tying run in the on-deck circle. Charlie out to left center field. Jack Novak had him shaded that way, and Charlie's 1 for 3. Now Chris Lynham. Chris 0 for 2. A couple of ground ball outs. Hit into a 5-4-3 double play his last time up. A couple of home runs for Chris this year, so he does have some pop. Hit one against Carroll on Saturday. 3-run homer in game 1 of that doubleheader. Gets started with a pretty nice breaking ball. Strike 1. Tom Have, 6 1/3. 6 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, just 1 walk. 2 walks, rather, excuse me. It's in there, called strike 2. And it really was that 3rd inning, Stephanie. I mean, things happen in that first, right? The double play ball, perfect relay at home. Illinois Wesleyan did the job defensively there. But it was that 3rd inning where Tom Have walked 8-9. And you felt, all right, well, here you go. You top of the order. You got your run producers coming up. They were only able to manage 1. 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was the inning that, for me, you go back and you look at this box score and you say, what if? Yeah. Right? You got Mason Dial coming up with the bases loaded, nobody out, followed by Jack Gill, and you only get 1 run out of that. And that really turned the tides in this one. The 1-2. It's going to be in there, called strike 3. Line him down looking. 6th strikeout for Tom Have, 2 outs in the 7th. You had Tom Have throwing some pitches. That was the only inning where he's thrown more than 13 pitches in an inning. He threw 19, and the majority of those were to the first 3 batters. If Mason's able to find a way to get on base, or Gill is able to extend that inning, maybe 20 pitches becomes 35, and now he's not in the game.
Yeah. It was sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, yeah, it was definitely a tough inning, especially when you have your best hitter, Jack Gill, grounding into an inning-ending double play. The other thing, too, is these double plays have been fairly routine, so it's not like they've been making exceptionally hard contact or forcing Illinois Wesleyan to play exceptional defense. They're just playing normal defense. Yep,
Dimitrovich hits it hard, but right at the second baseman, Gage Wolf, leadoff single. Thunder can't do anything with it. We go to the 8th. It's still 4-1 Titans. Back in the 8th, Billy Kessler was able to retire John Philip Ferraro on one pitch, and now he'll deal with Novak, Morelli, and Flagg here in the 8th. And this is a big inning for Billy, Stephanie, given how his last 2 outings have gone, right? You want to finish the regular season strong, and Matt Husted needs to know that he can rely on Billy because playoffs are coming up next week, and I assure you that he will be in that playoff game at some point. First pitch breaking ball over strike 1 to Novak. Novak 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Advanced to second on a fielding error made by Charlie Schofield.
Yeah, I think any and all momentum you can take will be important here. Even if Wheaton ended up losing and they still make it into the CCIW playoffs, any momentum from any of the players specifically will be huge.
Yeah, and I think you look at a game like this, and even if the Thunder do end up losing this game, the positives you can take out of this, because in a playoff game, that hook for someone like Levingood is going to be shorter than it was today. You know, if it's 1-0 in the 6th inning and he goes single, and he's at 80 pitches like he was today, he's probably coming out of the game right there and then. He's probably not getting Philip Ferraro and Novak and Morelli and Flagg before giving up the base hit. So that hook is going to be a lot quicker. And then you get a scoreless inning from Jonah Moulton, and now you're hoping for more out of Billy Kessler here. So there definitely are positives you can take from a pitching perspective. Obviously the offense has struggled today, and that hasn't been great. The offense is what's carried this Thunder team. And the reality is that, if you had told me, 2.5 hours ago, 3 hours ago now, that there's a ground ball up the middle played by Headland across his body, and he'll retire Novak by a step for the first out. If you had told me 2.5, 3 hours ago that we'd be in the 8th inning and Illinois Wesleyan would have 4 runs, I'm taking that. If you ask me for an over-under, not that I condone gambling in any sense of the matter, but if you had asked me, would the Thunder have more or less than 4 runs against a team that has an ERA of nearly 9 on the year, I'm taking the over. And it just hasn't worked out that way because that's baseball. But, I think positives, you're always looking at positives, especially with a young team like this Thunder team. You're going to have peaks and valleys. You're going to have high moments. You're going to have low moments. You're just looking for everybody to be trending the right way when the season ends. And if you can get, Jonah Moulton going the right direction, Billy Kessler, J.D. Van Hook, if you can get those 3 guys trending up in the final week of the season, now all of a sudden you only need your starter to go 5. And there's a good pitch from Kessler. 0-2, because, you can get 2 out of Billy. You can get 2 out of JD. You can get more than an inning out of Jonah. So if you can have those 3 guys, and then maybe a Josh Ortiz if you need somebody to get you in out here and there, if you can have those guys going in the right direction at the end of the season, now you don't need your starter to get you into the 7th. The 0-2 from Kessler bounces it, 1-2. Luca Morelli's 1 for 2 today, a double and a walk. Because this is now back-to-back starts where, if you pull David after 5, all of a sudden things look very, very different. That ERA is probably half a run lower. The 1-2. Fouled straight back. Billy's been used a whole lot this year. This is his 18th appearance. He's appeared in exactly half of the Thunder games this season. The 1-2. Misses outside with the fastball. And I think this weekend's going to be a test because you're going to see, you'll see Carson Greer get a start this weekend against UChicago. You'll probably see Jamin Van Grau get a start this weekend as well. And how they perform in this 3-game series against UChicago may determine whether or not they're the first man up in the bullpen. High 3-2. We've seen some good things this year at various points from Jack Mazurowski, from Josh Ortiz, from Jonah Moulton, from JD, from Caleb Henderson. All of these bullpen arms have had their moments. It's just when they're in those valleys have been rough. Payoff pitch from Kessler is called strike 3. I think Billy caught a break there. That was a little low, little outside. Called strike 3. We'll take it.
Yep.
We'll take it. We will take it. First strikeout for Kessler.
Number 41, Jack.
Now Jack Flagg. Look ahead to the Thunder 8th. 8-9-1. Headland, Cartwright, and Burr. And Tom Have's at 93 pitches, so you wonder whether or not he'll be back out there, given this is just his 3rd start of the season. First pitch to Flagg is ball 1. Flagg 0 for 3. Ground out, fly out, strikeout. You know, and if you really want to talk about the kind of the youth of this Thunder team, just look at the way the team started. Right, 5-2 in CCIW play. They split a series with Milliken, who's 15-5 in conference. They swept North Central. They were 5-2, and they were in first place in CCIW play. And then back-to-back losses to North Park, getting swept by Elmhurst. You know, so you talk about those peaks and valleys. I mean, they were really, really noticeable at times this season. But that just means you never know what you're going to get come next Wednesday down in Decatur, right? You know, are you going to get that team that split with Milliken, or are you going to get the team that got swept by Elmhurst? You know, which version of the Thunder are you going to get as Flagg goes around? You got to assume it's going to be David going, right? I mean, he got the start today. It's Wednesday, so you figure a week from now he'll be due to start again. That'll be the one-and-done playoff game, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is low, 2-2. Who the Thunder will play are still to be determined. Right now, North Park, Illinois Wesleyan tied for 2nd. Augie's in 3rd. Augie's in 4th. Wheaton's in 5th. North Central is in 6th. And Carthage is on the outside looking in. But still a lot to happen between Friday and Saturday. Misses low. That was the same pitch that was called strike 3 just a batter ago. This time called a ball. If the playoffs were to start right now, the Thunder would be playing Augustana. It's the 3 versus the 6, the 4 versus the 5, and then the top 2 teams get byes. So Augustana and Wheaton would be the first round, but still a lot to happen before then. Payoff pitch from Kessler right back through the box. Headland the scoop, the throw, and not able to apply the tag is Chris Lynham, an infield single for Jack Flagg with 2 outs. The Thunder had some success earlier in this season. Milliken, Augustana, North Central. That series against Elmhurst, though, that was the one that hurt them. You know, they came into that week 2 against North Park, 3 against Elmhurst, and you're thinking, all right, 4-1. Right? That's what you were hoping for out of those 5 games. You're hoping for a split with North Park, and given how Elmhurst had started the season, a sweep didn't seem like it was out of the question. But they got mercy ruled on Friday night here against Elmhurst, and then lost a pair in Elmhurst on Saturday. And they've righted the ship, right? They took 2 out of 3 against Carthage. They took 2 out of 3 against Carroll. But it's required them to right the ship in order to make the playoffs, because they were on the outside looking in after that Elmhurst series. Squaring to bunt, offering at it is Wolf, and it's 0-2. Wolf had the big hit in that 6th inning as David Levengood had retired 2 with runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out, and only 2 runs had come in. Wolf lined a base hit to right and turned a 2-1 lead into a 4-1 lead. The 0-2 now to Wolf. Long hold by Billy. Wolf just gets a piece of it. 5 2/3 for David Levengood. 8 hits, 4 earned runs. He walked 2, struck out 3 through 88 pitches. Scoreless inning for Jonah Moulton. It's been a scoreless inning for Billy Kessler so far. No balls, 2 strikes from the sophomore Kessler. Kicks and deals. That's hit out to left center field, but Schofield hasn't played that way. Charlie makes the grab, and it's a scoreless inning and a 3rd for Billy Kessler. Exactly what we wanted to see. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Thunder still down by 3.
Number 10, Nathan Hadley.
Brennan Tomhave still out there, 93 pitches for Brennan, having his best start of the season. 93 pitches, 55 strikes, 6 hits, 1 earned run through 7, and he'll face 8-9-1 for the Thunder. Headland, Cartwright, Tyler Burr, and this was the order in which the Thunder had their success back in the third inning when they went walk, single. It's 2 balls, no strikes on Headland, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. He walked and scored, and he'll take a strike there, 2-1.
Yeah, I have a friend who does statistics for the baseball team, and he told me that Headland homered against Illinois Wesleyan last season, and he homered against them, obviously, the last time they played. So if you could homer here,
that would help.
Yeah, that would definitely help. That would cut the deficit in half. And
yeah, sometimes players just see certain teams well. Need some base runners, though. 2-2 now. Back up the middle into center field, and there's a base runner. Second straight inning. The Thunder get their leadoff man on. Headland on base for a second time today. I'm going to pinch hitter now is Michael Chang, who will pinch hit for Ryan Cartwright. Chang with just 6 at-bats this season.
Pinch hitting for Wheaton, number 11, Michael Chang.
And the Thunder feel that Chang's going to give him a better chance at the dish than Ryan Cartwright, who went 0 for 1.
Do you think Chang might attempt a bunt?
Not down by 3.
That's
you need base runners. Chang hits it pretty well out to right, but Ben Ford will drift over, and he'll make the grab. So Chang swings at the first pitch, and there's 1 out. Now Tyler Burr. Well, if you're going to do it, now's the time to do it if you're the Thunder. A tying run in the on-deck circle, and that's the thing to remember. It's still just a 3-run game. Burr 2 for 3, was robbed of a hit his last time up. Let's see if the Thunder can elevate a little bit and get something out to one of the gaps. 2 singles for Tyler, both the left. Last time up, A.J. Weller made a diving grab up the middle to rob him of a base hit. Slapped out of play by Tyler, 0-1. Burr, 14 doubles and a triple in his freshman campaign. 18 walks, only 7 strikeouts for Burr. 1-0 misses downstairs, 1-1. Tomhave up over 100 now. That last pitch was 101. Pitch 102 will be a 1-ball, 1-strike, 1-out pitch to the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 8th. Down and in, 2-1. Mason Dial on deck, and we know Mason has home run power. 3-run homer on Saturday in the 9th inning of a game. Might get a chance here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Burr. The ball eats up Weller a little bit. That'll go into left center field, and rounding second, heading to third is Headland. And the tying run will come to the plate as Tyler Burr picks up his 3rd base hit of the game. Screaming line drive, the low hopper into left field, and now Mason Dial as the potential tying run at the plate.
Mason Dial.
Now, this is it for Mason, right? He's a senior this season, and you know this is his last conference home game. Obviously, he'll be home this weekend, but you know if he ever wanted to make a splash, now would be the time to do it, right? 4-game hit streak, 6 for 12 in that time, has 2 home runs in the last week. First pitch to Dial is low, ball 1. Jack Gill, the potential go-ahead run on deck. Thunder with their best chance since the 3rd inning. 2 on, 1 out. First time in about 2 hours, the Thunder bench dugout starting to get noisy. Misses low, 2-0. We heard the dugout, really, I would say first through fourth. Haven't really heard much from the dugout to our left since then, but now a hitter's count for Dial. 2 balls, no strikes. Tom Have. High 3-0. Jack Gill waiting on deck.
You think Dial gets a green light here, or you think he's going to take all the way?
I think you take all the way here on 3-0. Think you take. Tom Have. Oh, you were right. Good call. I love it. He gets green lighted on 3-0, fouls it off. It's now 3-1. But I think here on 3-1, you're still looking for something specific. If you don't get it, you know, in your zone, you let it go. The 3-1 to Dial. Pops it up. Philip Ferraro into foul territory, and Dial's going to get another chance. The wind pushing that one down the right field line. And John Philip Ferraro having some problems with it. Now Mason, new life. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Dial. Mason missed all of last season with an injury. Been back, been healthy, been productive this season. 25 runs, 26 runs knocked in with his sac fly earlier today. The 3-2 to Dial. Checks his swing, ball 4. Bases are loaded for Jack Gill. Well, this is what you want. If you're the Thunder, you get a chance to take the lead with your best hitter at the plate. And he won't face Brennan Tomhave, who was fantastic through 7 1/3 innings, but he will leave with the bases loaded, and Jack Gill coming to the plate. Bases loaded, and it will be a lefty against Jack Gill. It'll be Cade Addis. Addis, the sophomore out of Fairbury, Illinois, making just his 6th appearance of the season. He's 2-0. 12 1/3 innings, 12 hits, 6 walks, 10 strikeouts for the 6'4 freshman. His last time out was the 19th against North Central, went 4 innings in that one, gave up 3 hits, 3 unearned runs. And he will face the best hitter in the Thunder lineup in Jack Gill. And we have a pinch runner at first. Scott Sanders will come in to pinch run for Mason at Dial. So Nathan Hedlund at third, Tyler Burr at second, Scott Sanders will be at first, and it'll be Jack Gill who is 1 for 3. And if the Thunder ever needed their young superstar to come through for them, it would be right here. The team leader in everything Hits, batting average, doubles, triples, home runs, RBIs, slugging.
Number 1, Scott Sanders.
It is Jack Gill, who's 1 for 3 today with a double. Grounded into a double play and then grounded out to first. All of those against Brendan Tomhave. Went 7 1/3, 8 hits. He's responsible for all 3 base runners. Walked 3, struck out 6, and it's ball 1 to Gill. And this might be the only batter that Addis faces as Wheaton has Clegg, Schofield, Lynham as your next 3 hitters. 1 ball, no strikes. Good eye on Gill, 20 walks, 18 strikeouts this season. And it's 2-0. Hitters count for Gill. Potential go-ahead run at the plate. Thunder looking for some dramatics here in the final CCIW game of the season. 2 balls, no strikes on Gill. Addis fires. Gill turns and hits it to right. Ben Ford is back. He's on the track, and it's off the wall. 1 run will score. Burr will score. Sanders rounds third. The throw to the plate. He is safe. Oh, and the runner went back to third as Burr crashes into home plate. So it's 4-3. Well, Burr will score. Going back to third is Sanders, and the Thunder have got back within a run. It's 4-3 on the 2-run double by Jack Gill.
And Wheaton finally got kind of a big first hit, right? They had Gill last time the bases were loaded, he grounded into the 6-4-3, so he was able to elevate that one.
Yep.
Which is what we were hoping for.
He elevated it, almost got it out of the ballpark, but now the go-ahead run is at second base, and Will Clegg, who's got 2 hits today, will face a lefty. That was my mistake. I saw the on-deck hitter, which was Clegg, come over and grab the bat as the runners were scoring, and I thought that was one of the runners coming home to score. So Sanders stops at third. It's a 2-run double, and it's 1-0 on Clegg. Addis to Will. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. The Thunder still down by a run. It's 4-3. Will, 2 hits today, a single to right, single to center. He's been incredibly productive this season, driven in 33 runs and 93 at-bats. Bloops it down the right field line. But now what you're looking for, Stephanie, is that if you're going to make an out, make it productive. Don't go down swinging here. Get the ball to the outfield someplace. Up the middle, you got speed at third. You just got to make contact, put the ball in play, and you'll have a tie game. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Clegg. Popped up. John Philip Ferraro is over, makes the catch.
Not quite the productive out.
No, not the productive out we were looking for. It's going to take a 2-out hit from Charlie Schofield now.
Stepping up to the plate.
Lefty on lefty.
Charlie Schofield.
Schofield's second on the team in RBI this year with 34. Thunder have the tying run and go-ahead runs in scoring position here in the 8th inning. Addis to Schofield. Misses outside, ball 1. Chris Lynham on deck. We were talking about how this game felt like it was a bigger deficit than it was, and you look up now and you get a bloop and you take the lead.
Yep, or an error or anything like that.
Misses low and away, 2-0 on Schofield. Charlie, 12 doubles this season, 47 hits in his first year. 18 walks, just 12 strikeouts for Schofield. The 2-0. That's dropped over for a strike. That's a tough pitch on 2-0. Came in a little bit from the side. Two balls, 1 strike. Addis misses low, 3-1. Wild pitch ties the game too.
That's true. Or a balk.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a balk here in the bottom of the 8th.
Lots of ways for that runner to get home.
Hitters count here for Schofield, 3-1. Addis fires. Schofield off his hands. Count goes full. Charlie just 12 strikeouts and 135 at-bats this season. Another Thunder hitter, really good bat control. Need him to come up with something here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sanders at third, Gill at second. A payoff pitch. That's rolled to first. Backing up on it is John Philip Ferraro. The flip to first gets Schofield by a step. So the Thunder get 2, but they strand 2 in scoring position. We go to the 9th. It's down to a 1-run game. Ninth inning, all of a sudden it's a 1-run ball game, and Billy Kessler will remain out there. An inning and a third scoreless for Billy. And he'll face 9, 1, and 2. And Stephanie, his job is simple. Keep it a 1-run game. It's that simple. It's 4-3. Thunder will have Lynham, Dimitrovich, Headland are your 3 scheduled hitters next inning. It's got to get through Tommy Willard, Matt Hudick, and A.J. Weller, though, here in the 9th. Willard 0 for 2 with a walk. Titans 4 runs, 9 hits. Thunder 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. It's been a fun game so far.
Yeah, definitely a momentum-swinging game for sure.
I mean, you and I were talking in between innings. The big out, I mean, there was obviously that last out's the biggest one, but the pop out by Will Clegg with 2 in scoring position and 1 out. Got to find a way to get that ball in play and get Scott Sanders home from third. So it just means the Thunder are going to have to come up with some offense in the 9th. 1-1 breaking ball, chopped foul. 1-2.
Which they did against Carroll this weekend.
They did. Yes, they did in the 9th. 5-run top of the 9th inning in that one against Carroll.
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily even need 5 runs.
No, just 2.
Tonight. Yep.
2 will do it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Billy kicks and deals. Fastball. Tried to elevate a little bit. Get Willard's eyes raised, but didn't offer at it. It's 2-2. I think now that you went fastball up, I think you come back breaking ball downstairs. Let's see if Billy's thinking what I'm thinking. He is. It's grounded to third. Gill. The low throw, and making the play is Lynham. 1 out.
That was a nice scoop by Lynham.
Yeah, that's and over at short. That's a hard play for Gill with the third baseman running right in front of you, being able to keep your eye on that ball and make the clean play. Now here's Matt Hudick, who's 2 for 4. My coffee is still tepid.
Tepid.
It's better than cold. It's definitely not hot anymore. First pitch to Hudick. He'll score a bunt. Breaking ball doesn't break. 1-0.
Have you ever thought of getting one of those like cups that are like rechargeably warm? I don't know if I described
Like the
that
ones
correctly.
that you plug them in? Are they like USB or do they like plug them into an outlet? You're getting into remember, I'm an old man. Give me like coffee in a mug, you know? Like that's, this isn't even mine. This is my daughter's.
Well, I'm just only asking because my mom got my grandpa like a mug.
Okay,
that,
maybe
heats
I
up.
would
Yeah.
maybe I would like something like that. I would never go out and buy it for myself, I don't think. But, it's not a bad idea considering how many games I do outside in March and April. What do you got there?
It's called like an Ember, and it's a temperature-controlled mug. But I don't know if you have to like plug it in completely.
Interesting. So, you tell it what temperature you want it to be, and it sets it at that temperature?
Something like that.
That's interesting. Ball 4 is Hudick. Draws a 4-pitch walk. I mean, we should probably be focused on other things right now, but
it's
that's
like
interesting.
Yeah. It's a smart mug.
It's $100. That's a lot of money for a coffee mug.
That's true. But no more tepid coffee at
No more tepid coffee.
8:15 p.m.
Yes, no, you're right. Here comes Matt Husted to take the ball from Billy Kessler. An inning and 2/3 from the right-hander. He'll leave with a runner at first base. 1 out in the 9th in a 1-run ball game. I had about a minute and a half there to recover from the sticker shock of a $100 coffee mug. And we'll come back and we'll tell you a little bit about the new pitcher, J.D. Van Hook. J.D. making appearance number 15 of the year. The grad student out of Brentwood, Tennessee, has found his rhythm here down the stretch for the Thunder, giving up runs in just one of his last 5 outings. This is laced out to right field. Tyler Burr will run it down on the track for out number 2. Yeah, JD has only given up runs once. That was against Illinois Wesleyan. That was in that game where the Thunder were up 6-2 going into the bottom of the 7th, but scoreless appearances against Elmhurst, Carthage, and then most recently in both ends of the doubleheader against Carroll, pitched an inning in game 1 and then an inning and a third in game 2. 2 outs now for Ben Ford. Van Hook's first pitch, swung on and missed. And Huge strikeout numbers for JD this year, 35 Ks in 24 innings, and opponents are only hitting 221 against him. Again, another pitcher, though, that when he gets into trouble, it's the control. He's walked 19 in 24 innings, but when he doesn't walk hitters, he is almost unhittable. So Thunder 9th. Scheduled hitters 6, 7, 8. Chris Lynam, Sean Dimitrovich, and Nathan Hedlund. And then Caleb Kelly, who's into the game behind home plate, would be the 4th scheduled hitter of the inning. Van Hook, 2 just filthy breaking balls. And there are 2 outs on Ford. JD 1-3 on the year with 5 saves. Trying to make quick work of Ben Ford. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes, and it doesn't matter. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. J.D. Van Hook, 3 benders, sets down Ben Ford. The Titans strand a runner in the 9th. Bottom of the 9th coming up. 6, 7, 8. Thunder need 1 to tie, 2 to win. Bottom of the 9th, Thunder will face the Illinois Wesleyan closer. This will be Braden Elliott. Elliott's making his 11th appearance of the season. No record, a 2.89 earned run average. He has 5 saves. He's only given up runs in 2 appearances this season. Once was back on March 7th against Washington of Missouri. The other time against the Thunder 8 days ago. Wheaton touched him up for a hit and a couple of walks. And right out of the chute, Chris Lynam's hit by a pitch, and the Thunder will put the tying run on base, leading off the 9th. Good start. Now it'll be Sean Dimitrovich, and we'll have a pinch runner down at first for Lynam. That looks like Hudson Gutwine.
Pitch running for Wheaton, number 5, Hudson Gutwine.
Hudson Gutwine down at first, pinch running for Lynam. And now Sean Dimitrovich. Let's see if they ask Sean to bunt here. He's 0 for 3. He does square. It's ball 1 outside. Elliott 5 walks and 9 in a 3rd innings. Thunder got him for a hit and 2 walks on the 21st, but since then he's pitched 2 scoreless innings with 4 Ks. He is just a freshman. This is a pretty big moment here, bottom of the 9th on the road. Runner at first is the potential tying run. Dimitrovic able to get the bunt down. The only play is to first, and the tying run is at second base with 1 out. Now Nathan Headland. Good game for Nathan. He's 2 for 3, or excuse me, 1 for 2. He scored 2 runs.
Number 10, Nathan Headland.
We'll get a quick meeting on the mound here, and we'll see what the Thunder do in the on-deck circle as Caleb Kelly is due to hit, and it looks like he's coming out, so he'll hit for himself. And this is, part of where injuries hurt, right? Normally, you might be looking at a Caleb Shower or a Braden Engel in this type of opportunity, but Nathan Headland, 1 for 2, singled to center his last time up. Base hit here probably ties the game. Headland in the hole, played there by Willard. The low throw gets Headland, and there are 2 outs. Good defense by Illinois Wesleyan here tonight. And that'll bring up Kelly.
Pitch hitting for Wheaton, number 24, Caleb Kelly.
So Kelly on the season is 5 for 27 at the plate. First pitch to Kelly, swung on and missed. If he can find a way to get on, you got Tyler Burr standing in the on-deck circle. So whatever you got to do to get on base here if you're Caleb Kelly. 0-1. This is down and away, 1-1.
Not a bad miss, 1-4. Not a bad miss, kid. Come on, Braden.
Thunder down by a run, bottom of the 9th. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Illinois Wesleyan, 3-9-2 for the Thunder. Need a base hit here, or at least a way to extend the inning to Burr. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Caleb, and I think we got some raindrops. I'm starting to get some water on my my scorebook here. A fitting way to end this one. Under the rain. 2 balls, 1 strike on Kelly. Elliott fires. Kelly swings and misses. Thunder down to their last strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah. There's nobody better than you.
Elliott 5 saves on the year. And he's 1 strike away from number 6. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kelly down on strikes, and the Thunder are going to need a little bit of help to get into the CCIW playoffs as they drop this one by the score of 4-3. The win goes to Brendan Tomhave. He improves to 4-1. The loss to Braden Elliott, or excuse me, the save to Braden Elliott, his 6th. David Levengood drops to 4-6 on the year. The game takes 2 hours and 29 minutes to play, and the Thunder are going to need some help. They're going to need a win by Elmhurst in one of 3 games against North Central, or they're going to need Augustana to take 1 out of 2 against Carthage. If that happens, the Thunder will make the CCIW playoffs. So we are Blue Jay and Augie fans this weekend as the Thunder lose this one 4-3. Well, Stephanie, I had a great time with you this year. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed my time on air with you, and I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Aaron, and thanks for helping us out this season.
Absolutely. It's been a blast. Well, that's going to do it for the CCIW slate. We'll talk to you on Friday night, Thunder and the Maroons. Have a great rest of your night. God bless, and take care.